Their playing styles are similar. They both look alike. They are the same height. Jimmy Butler was born the same year Michael Jordan allegedly fathered an illegitimate child. The rumors have been going on for years, and this video will provide substantive evidence to answer once and for all this question: is Jimmy Butler Michael Jordan's son? Before we answer this question, let's discuss briefly Jimmy Butler's background and how this question arose. Born in Houston, Texas, Butler faced a challenging upbringing, experiencing homelessness at the tender age of 13. His mother, who had been subjecting him to constant verbal abuse throughout his life due to his absentee father's resemblance, eventually kicked him out of their home. His biological father had been unfaithful to his wife, and young Jimmy bore the brunt of the resulting family turmoil. Residing in the Houston suburb of Tomball, Butler found himself homeless and vividly remembered his mother's hurtful words in a 2011 interview when she told him, "I don't like the look of you." Butler resorted to sleeping on couches and in alleyways, doing whatever it took to survive until he was fortunate enough to be taken in by his best friend's family. Despite his dire circumstances, he managed to maintain respectable grades and eventually enrolled in junior college, where he discovered his talent for basketball. It was as if he had found his true calling. Much like his father Michael Jordan, he was surprised by how naturally the game came to him. Butler persevered and earned a scholarship to play college basketball at Marquette University, surprising everyone with his exceptional defensive skills and how quickly he adapted to the sport. Butler's journey in the NBA has been nothing short of remarkable. He boasts 5 NBA All-Star selections and has been honored 4 times with a spot on the NBA All-Defensive Team. Furthermore, he has led his teams to multiple playoff appearances, including a memorable trip to the NBA Finals in both 2020 and 2023 with the Miami Heat. The big question now is, what piece of evidence fueled the allegation that Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son? This is it. One of the most intriguing pieces of evidence in this case is a story about a road trip that Michael Jordan took to Texas in 1989. Jordan was reportedly playing in a game in Houston when he met a woman at a nightclub. The two of them spent the night together, and the woman later became pregnant. The woman gave birth to a son in 1989, and interestingly, that was the same year that Butler was born. The woman never told Jordan about the child, but she did tell some of her friends and family members. The story eventually leaked to the media, and the rumor that Jordan is Butler's father began to circulate. Allegedly, the basketball great learned that the woman was pregnant and gave her money so as not to ruin his reputation or marriage. This is where it gets interesting, guys. That woman could have been Jimmy Butler's mother. There are some physical attributes that we have to consider, primarily height. Michael Jordan was listed as 6 feet 6 inches. Jimmy Butler is listed as an inch taller at 6 feet 7 inches. People at this height range are quite rare in the first place. To make matters more complicated, Jimmy's mother threw him out of the house because she didn't like the way he looks. He and his mother have not reconciled, so we may never know the truth. Interestingly, a number of celebrities have weighed in on this topic. Stephen A. Smith in 2016, Smith said on ESPN's First Take that he believes the rumor is true. He said, "I do believe that Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son. I've heard too many stories from too many people to believe otherwise." Charles Barkley has also weighed in on the rumor. In 2019, he said on TNT's Inside the NBA that he thinks it's possible that Butler is Jordan's son. He said, "I don't know if it's true, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was." Before we tell you the results of our investigations and what we believe, this is what Michael Jordan said when asked. In 2013, Michael Jordan was asked if Jimmy Butler is his son. He said, "I can tell you that Jimmy Butler is not my son." Jordan has also said that he is impressed with Butler's game and his work ethic. In 2016, he said, "Jimmy Butler is a great player. He's one of the best players in the league. He's a hard worker, and he's very competitive. I'm a big fan of his." Butler has also denied the rumor that he is Jordan's son. In 2016, he said, "I don't know anything about that. I've never met Michael Jordan." So now to answer the question, is Jimmy Butler Michael Jordan's son? It's no news that there's striking evidence to suggest that MJ, Michael Jordan, and Jimmy Butler are a father and son duo. And as we've seen it, this is due to rumors. In the late 1980s, when the Chicago Bulls superstar Michael Jordan was entering the prime of his career, there were allegations that he fathered an illegitimate child. During that time, Jordan's celebrity status was at its peak, and it might have been tempting for some to connect him to various stories. As for Jimmy Butler, he was born in Chicago around the same period to Londa Butler and Jimmy Butler Sr. Unfortunately, his parents separated when he was just an infant, and Londa kicked Jimmy Sr. out of the house when their son was only 13 years old. Now here's the thing, while there's no concrete evidence to confirm that Butler's parents were not his biological parents, there's also no known connection between Michael Jordan and Londa Butler. Consequently, without any substantial proof, we can only consider these claims as mere hearsay. So, why does the internet buzz with excitement every time Jimmy Butler performs exceptionally well? Jimmy Butler's monster performances and his playoff medal remarkably resemble Michael Jordan. It could simply be an enduring joke, but it's no hidden fact that when the playoffs arrive, Jimmy Butler elevates his performance to an elite level. Strangely, he thrives even more during the postseason. His playing style and qualities have always reflected those of a fierce competitor who welcomes challenges. Jimmy's work ethic is reminiscent of MJ's. With so many shared attributes, including their appearance, coinciding time in Chicago, and a playing style reminiscent of his airness, it's understandable why people might occasionally get confused. However, it's important to clarify that he is definitely not the son of Michael Jordan. Butler has not had the same level of team success as Jordan. He has not won an NBA championship and has only been named to the All-NBA first team once. However, Butler has led his teams to the playoffs in each of the past 6 seasons and has been a key player in several deep playoff runs. One of the biggest differences between Jordan and Butler is their scoring ability. Jordan is the NBA's all-time leading scorer in the regular season and playoffs. He averaged 30.1 points per game for his career and scored 50 or more points 38 times. Butler is a great scorer in his own right, but he has not been able to match Jordan's scoring output. Butler has averaged 21.0 points per game for his career and has scored 50 or more points just 4 times. Another key difference between Jordan and Butler is their defense. Jordan was considered to be one of the best perimeter defenders in NBA history. He was a 9-time All-NBA Defensive Team selection and won the NBA Defensive Player of the Year award in 1988. Butler is also a good defender, but he has not been able to match Jordan's defensive prowess. Butler has been named to the All-NBA Defensive Team just once. Overall, Jimmy Butler has had a very successful career, but he has not yet reached the same level of success as Michael Jordan. Jordan is one of the most decorated players in NBA history and is widely considered to be the greatest basketball player of all time. Butler is still in the prime of his career and has a chance to add to his legacy, but he will need to win an NBA championship and achieve greater individual accolades in order to be compared to Jordan. Thanks for watching. Please like this video and subscribe.